getting started then, so that is down. Alright,
Heads or tails?
let's go for tails, I suppose. Yeah, I will be going first with this deck, I'm pretty sure. We will draw. Ooh, this is a Funko Pop of a hand. What do we do with this? I don't know which one of these to even start with, to be honest. Probably you. Guess it'll be fine. Alright, best of luck. See what we can do. Looks bad, but it's not quite what you'd think it would be here. But, ugh. Okay, so one problem with this deck is sometimes bench space is a bit of an issue. Not immediately sure exactly which way around I want to do this, but I think we're just going to play all but one of them here. We have 2 Pumpkaboo and a Duskull.
Yep.
It's gonna be one of those. We're gonna play N here.
Fair enough. Probably would have done the same.
Yeah. We get our draw. We have a Pineco. And we have a energy, I guess. I can't attack going first. Don't have anything to junk on anyway, so it would have been confused, right? But I can't do it. Go ahead.
Yeah. We have a Draudigon.
Ooh. Got some revenge shenanigans going on over here. There he is. That Fire and Mice, I think this deck was called on Legends. Very funny. Realistically, it should just be called Ashdot deck because that's what it is, really. Yeah, let's be honest.
True. I don't want to play this. Things I have an attach right now. It's if I want to use it or use it to get something else.
That's fair.
We'll attach it.
Okay.
And we'll pass at that.
Ooh, no supporter, huh? Okay. Well, it's fine. It's not going to be punished that much because I think we're both in a similar boat with it here. I do have a Gourgeist, so I will get that down. Can't do much of it at the moment, but that is fine. Is it worth that now, or do we... I think I'm just going to confuse right here, because I don't have any items in the discard to Drunk Hunt. So, yep, on heads it's Confusion as well as 10, so that's what we got. It's not great, but...
Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Well, we can at least attempt to make this work. Skyla.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Professor's Ladder.
Yep. It's gonna be pretty good. Oh, you found the alt one too, nice. Yeah, I found this one after we did our big sort thing, and so now I'm using it too, because it's great.
Fiery Torch.
Ah, yes. So, discard a fire, draw 2. Nice little item to get a bit of extra draw power.
We'll put in the Raichu so this says 0 retreat.
That's pretty good, yep.
Put down a fire energy onto the Charizard and we will pass.
Okay, we will draw. God. Not looking too good. Yeah, I don't know if I'm here, to be honest. I guess I will put the Sableye down. It's not exactly ideal, but we'll do it. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter because 0 retreat, I suppose, but we will just confuse Ray anyway. does get the confusion, so I'm wasting all my good coin tosses now, right? But it's fine.
We'll attach a fire energy, we'll attach a float stone.
Okay.
And we'll end.
Okay. So at least floatstone means I'm probably not just getting nuked here, which is something. Now it just means I've looked silly for putting the second Sableye down, but oh well.
And we'll wing attack.
Yep. Get that guy moved as well. So for 60. Yeah, I was worried you were going to drop Muscle Band on it, and that's why I went. God fucking damn, dude.
Well, I don't know how much I need Muscle Band right now, because it's not looking like an EX deck.
That's fair. Just wing attack for 80 would have killed Sableye, that's why I was worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking
Also
Vroom
being
indeed.
able to chain switching out on Combustion Blast is pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't fault the putting it down of it. I'm just like I'm glad in a way because it means I get to junk hunt now if I actually get stuff to do, which I kind of do. Alright, so given the situation, I think we just got to put Dusclops down here because I don't really have a way of getting Noir in play from here, so that's fine. I think we are going to Professor's Letter here. Seems pretty good. This is my first actual deck check. I should probably sort this. Let's do the sensible thing. Right. So we got seems reasonable. Very slightly less reasonable, but still fine. So we're gonna grab a Psychic and a Dark. Professor's Letter is just so good for enabling these, like, cheap but multi-energy sort of cost things, right? It's like I get to do one Psychic Energy and I can do my Spirit Scream, I get, like, one Dark Energy, I can do Junk Hunt, so it feels so good being able to chain that sort of thing. So we have that. I am going to... I think I'm going to put the Dark Energy down, and as much as it's like a little inconsequential, I'm going to go for it anyway. We're going to Escape Rope here. Yeah, because like it doesn't really matter that much, it's more just get the fresh one in. And we will Chorus, because that's going to get one more card than the alternative would. So that's 7. Okay, there's some relatively interesting stuff to go with here. Alright, Forretress. We evolve to Forretress, it puts a damage counter on each of your mons. We will Devo Spray that Forretress back to hand here. And I think we are just going to Junk Hunt for the spray and the letter.
Ultra Ball, discarding Switch and Professor Sycamore.
Yep. Yeah, there he is. That's the potential pain point for this. We'll see.
We'll switch. We'll attach the fire energy, and we will Combustion Blast.
Yep, so 150. It can't use Combustion Blast next turn, but I think you're okay with that right now. Let's go Gourgeist. Speed will draw. Okay. So we can play out a decent bit of it from here. We will Professor's Letter to grab that Psychic Energy. That's going to be the only grab here, but it's good enough for what we want. So we might as well just attach that now, because that's the obvious attach for the turn. We will bench another Pineco and go Heavy Ball to grab ourselves Dust Noir, because it has 3 energy as its retreat cost. So it's pretty good. We get ourselves Dust Noir out. From here, yeah, we know we have the Forretress, so I might as well play that down again, so we'll get another damage spread to everything. So one thing about Druddigon is it needs to be by damage from an attack, so if I knock out with damage counters, which is what Spirit Scream uses, I actually get past that. So it's kind of useful for me here. But how do we go about the stuff with it here? Cards in hand is flat. I think I will Devo Spray the Fori here. And given I'm likely enough to get them back anyway, I think I'm still gonna end here. It's best general bet, and if I'm gonna be taking a prize anyway, then I might as well make sure that I don't have too much going for it. Right. And then we'll use the Dust Noir to move the 20 from the Druddigon and the Charizard to the Trubbish, because it's a 70 HP Trubbish. And from there, Spirit Scream, not Spirit Scream, Eerie Voice, the first attack, will put 2 damage counters on each of the opponent's Pokemon. So Trubbish goes down, the 20s just go back, and yeah, Raichu goes up to 60, and that is turn over. Yeah, I'm not letting that thing get going as much as possible here. I have a Megaphone, obviously, but it's not easy to get around.
Ultra Ball, discarding Fire Energy, and switch.
Yep.
Blacksmith.
Oh, yeah, that's really good. So this is one of the new supporters from the set. Attach 2 fires from the discard to one of your fire Pokemon. Can be the active if it has to be, but in this case it doesn't, obviously.
We will put the Muscle Band on this Charizard.
Okay.
And we will Wing Attack for 60.
Yeah, because Combustion Blast was used last turn, so... to 60 it is. Alright, we will draw. So, from here, we are going to Ultra Ball, pitching Rare Candy, because I don't need that anymore. And I think Random Receiver is going to be the discard here. So we will go ahead and grab that Forretress back out of the deck. And I have a Devo Spray, so we're going to do this twice, because we can evolve this one, puts 10 damage on all of your stuff, Devo Spray it, and this one hasn't evolved yet, the one on the other side, so we'll do that as well, so it's 2 damage counters on everything here. Which, yeah, puts the Raichu 1 away from being KO'd, which is good. Just thinking where it's best to go from here. So we've got 140, 60. If I put all of them on one Pokemon, I could, or one of the Zards, I could KO it here, but I don't think that's necessary yet. Let's go. This might be a bit dangerous, but I think it's probably worth it anyway. I'm gonna attach Blend Energy to the Gourgeist here, and we're going to Juniper. Discard Juniper and N here. Okay. Laser. Doesn't matter on the flip because it's going to be dying anyway. We will move the 4 damage to the other Charizard. And I think that is everything to do here, so we will Spirit Scream to put both of us at 10 HP remaining. And then between turns, KO happens. Prizes get taken. Yep.
And
it was a pretty easy response, but I thought this seems reasonable enough to just do. We'll get through here. I wasn't actually planning on the laser bit, I'll be totally honest, but, you know, sometimes just stuff happens.
Wing Attack?
Yep, to take KO. Sableye. We will draw. Okay, so from here, so that's at 80. We need 3 prizes, so 1 EX plus. I can get most of the way there. So we've got, yeah, it goes to 140. So yeah, I have enough damage on board to exactly take the Charizard out if I want to, but I think it's probably better that I do just a little bit more before I do that. Like, you know, put another Forretress down, so we'll get another damage set spread here. We will level ball.
Take price.
Oh yeah, Raichu's dead, isn't it? Yeah, take price. I should have moved the thing first, didn't I? Whatever, doesn't matter. That's fine. I have Gourgeist off prizes, so we'll get that. We'll still level ball and grab ourselves probably just Sableye here. Yeah, I forgot that Raichu was like 10 away from thing, but that's fine. Because, yeah, it's a little bit less on board now, but it's fine. And we will chorus for the 6. Yeah, slight misplay, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and Devo Spray one of these. I can't evolve it this turn, but that is fine. It's just to get it in a state where I can. And from here, I was thinking if it's worth just like piling all the damage on the guy anyway, just to, in case you like gust combustion, because that is a thing now. Yeah, let's just shift all the damage to the Charizard here, real quick, just in case. You're not going to max potion because, you know, even if you did, it's like discard all the stuff is probably pretty bad. And we will junk hunt for... what do we need out of this here? Devo Spray for sure. Laser seeming kind of good. Yeah, let's grab Laser, I think.
Professor Sycamore?
Yep. That's a lot of Skylar going into discard.
Yeah, unfortunately, you've put me in a hell of a bind here.
It's not an easy spot, I can appreciate that.
Actually, do I want to put that down? No.
Yeah, do you want to give me
Hang
more?
on, is that just an easier 2 prizes right there?
Well, by 10 HP, I guess.
Wing attack?
Yep. Just thinking which one's going to be easier to get here. I don't think either of them are particularly easy to use. I guess, well, this has got Muscle Band on it, so I guess we will just go Gourgeist, because Wing Attack just KOs Sableye. Alright, we'll draw. Yep, start with the Laser, because that's the easy bit to do. No sleep, that's fine.
We don't want to confuse anyone. We don't want to...
Yeah. We will... Which one do we do? I guess Pineco's probably better here. Sorry, I'm just a bit of a weird sort of thing with what I have left. I guess we will go Devo Spray and just shift that, so we'll get an extra set of counters down here. So it's nice and easy. Alright, what's the state of stuff in here? So I know a lot of it is kind of bad because there's a couple of bits I'm really sorely missing here, but yeah, don't think I can afford to just play that out right. So this is going to be a bit rough, but I'm gonna Juniper here. It's kind of nasty, but does sort of get stuff down.
Probably over.
I probably should have Ultra Ball first, but I'm looking at it going, I don't really need much off of that. I think it is, but not quite this time. I will just Megaphone off the tool because we've got it here, get stuff out of hand. We will Ultra Ball pitching Duskull and Gourgeist. There is that in deck, I suppose, so we'll have that. I have Blend Energy for the attack, and yeah, we will Spirit Scream here for... not Spirit Scream, Eerie Voice. You know what I mean, the first attack of it. I think I actually know what these attacks are called. So this should now, with Poison, should be at 160.
Already been factored.
Already been factored?
Yep.
Was it? It was a 120.
No, it wasn't. It was
No.
120 going in.
Yeah.
30 from the Forretress, 20 just now.
That's why I was double checking, because I was like, I know it was at 120 when it went in, so...
Super odd.
Yep.
Gonna turn to Blacksmith.
Okay.
Professor Sycamore?
Yep. Oh god, yeah, that's a lot of... yeah. Unfortunate sort of setup with the Blacksmith. I get this is just a... it's a weird matchup, but...
Floatstone, Muscle Band, Switch.
Yep.
Doesn't matter, but might as well clear the poison.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
And will Combustion Blast.
Yep. And then it doesn't matter what even comes up here, because...
all my draw was prized.
Oh, yeah, that would do it. Yeah, it doesn't matter what
That's
comes...
the third Fiery Torch I've grabbed from prizes.
Woof! Fiery Torch is an awkward one for sure. Yeah, we have Dust Noir, so we can go ahead and move the damage from the Drodagon to the
that
to
also
the
doesn't
Zard.
help.
Yeah.
You know, just all my draw engine was prized.
I'd prized 2 energy, which was kind of
I
annoying.
couldn't get the Trubbish up in time.
Yeah, well, I stopped you get the Trubbish. That's you'd have needed to get that like turn 1 basically, and I kind of stopped that. So yeah. Yeah, I had 2 energy prize, that was the only annoying bit, but it wasn't too bad in the end. The awkward bits with this deck is like, partly the bench space is annoying, because I had another Duskull in that opening hand as well, and I was like, I need to leave space for Pineco's, and I just didn't know what I needed to put down. But it's like, I had that going, and then it's transitioning between Sableye and Gourgeist at the right times is also a thing here. That you just need to know when to go for it, I suppose. I only had one, like, I say Devo method left, because I did take out one of the Devo sprays for, what was it? Was it another Ultra Ball, I think? Might have been either that or a Chorus or something. But instead of playing Life Dew, which I guess the Sableye Fori like exclusive thing was playing, I decided I'd play Scoop Up Cyclone, because effectively that's another copy of the Devolution Spray, but it has other utility as well. Like I could have picked up the 60 damage Sableye with the energy on it, get that back to hand, and had basically like removed that wing attack for 60, right? So there's other utility points where I think this comes up. So I figured I'd try playing the Cyclone, and I liked it in testing, so that's why I went for it. But yeah, this is a relatively insidious spread sort of thing here. We don't tend to see spread do too well too often, but when you have like 1 energy do 2 damage counters to each of the opponent's Pokemon, and you know, evolve and do 2 damage, do damage to each of the opponent's Pokemon in a format where Dust Noir can manipulate the stuff, that's really the killer here. And, you know, we can recover, like, Devolution Sprays and stuff with Sableye. This actually ends up being quite formidable, and not something which, unless you know it's coming, it's kind of hard to play around, too. So I thought it'd be interesting, and that's why I went for it. Mostly had to custom build this one.
Starting to think I need Lysander.
Lysander would probably have helped. You could have combustion blasted the Dusknoir, right? Was the
Yeah.
That was what I was at least a little bit worried about. That's why I shifted the damage early onto the Charizard, because I was thinking, okay, this I might need to get that out of here. So
Probably have to drop another supporter for it at that point now. You've got a lot in here.
there are a
16
lot of yeah.
16 supporters. It's feeling 2004 in here.
No, I mean when 4 of them are Skylar, I can understand, because I mean it's interesting though, isn't it? Because it's like, I don't know. I personally think Fiery Torch is a bit of a trap, and I don't think we really saw why here, but like you did have 1 torch and 1 energy in the opening hand, right? But I don't know. I know.
Not torch on this view. Not with black. Yeah.
It's interesting because it's obviously supposed to synergize well, and it's like it's not the worst thing out there. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh players will play trade-in type effects like all the time and call them broken as hell, right? So clearly this sort of effect is not bad. It's just like you need the specific thing, which is the energy that you tend to want for other purposes, and you need to discard that, otherwise the card itself doesn't do anything. It can then clog up the hand for other stuff. I personally just don't like it, but it doesn't mean that it's not worth like trying out. And you know, maybe if 3 of them weren't prized, we could have actually seen it do stuff there. But
I really think it wants a pure fire energy base. I'm not sure what has the space for that. But
well, here's the thing: you need to be able to. With the blacksmiths, you can charge up this Charizard in 1 turn if you have DC in deck.
Yeah, it's not the deck for it. That's what I'm trying to say.
that's the that's the idea, and it's great if it works out. But I think the problem is that then your opening hand basically needs to be like lead Zard. You need DCE at some point within that. You need Blacksmith in that hand, 2 fires to discard with your items. And I mean, I would just play a 4th Ultra Ball if that was going to be my my first fit, right? But
yeah, like maxing Ultra Ball seems like a no-brainer if you want more discard.
yeah, and it's like, I personally don't think there's enough fires in a list like this to really reliably get the torch to work. But again, like, how many do you really need at that point? It's probably, what, 11, 12 minimum? I would have thought, if you want to play that many torches.
Which is why I'm saying Fiery Torch wants to be in a pure fire deck. This isn't that.
Probably 11 with 2 leather, I think, would work. But then, yeah, you'll still need the DCE, and you've got... I don't know, it just feels like it's asking a lot off of a draw 2 on an item, right? To get all the pieces that you would need to get that Combustion Blast. It's great if you can do it, but I feel like in my own sort of play stuff, it's like you don't tend to get that Combustion Blast that early most of the time, but the Blacksmith is fantastic for getting the next one to get going, right? Because like if you can get the next Zard from 0 to 4 in one go, that's where it starts getting scary. Because, you know, chaining 150s is very dangerous, as we were not exactly seeing in this matchup, unfortunately, because I didn't play the stuff to go for you to deal with that. But, you know. I don't know. Like I said, it's just my personal thing. I don't remember having a good experience with Fiery Torch, but hey. Right,
well,
so...
I can't really judge an experience I haven't had.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's worth trying, because maybe it'll be better for you than it was for me. That's always the thing for it.
If they weren't all prized.
That's what sucks. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I know this was my sort of dumb jank. I've got plenty of dumb jank this round, but like this was probably the one I had to actually build the most because there was barely anything really for this. I think Puka had a Bad Debt Monday on Fori Sableye Pure, but nothing with Gourgeist as well. And I just spotted that going, this is such a lot of damage spread if you just use Eerie Voice for this, right? And sometimes Spirit Scream is gonna happen, and when it does, that's very fun for you. But Yeah, I just
There's
thought...
ball space where Spirit Scream has a little 160, 170 next to it, and that's just pain.
Yeah, and like, I wasn't even wanting to get the laser specifically within that turn as well, it's just that's what came out of the draw, and I was like, oh, okay, I mean, you play the one laser just in case for that sort of thing, right? Also, you could just junk on it back, and that's probably the main bit, is you just, you play it because you've got extra damage that you can junk on back into play, so... Yeah, that's fine, but like on rare occasions I am going to be able to get that Gourgeist to do the thing, so cool, I suppose. Yeah, 180 as you say is a lot of pain to inflict with 2 cards, so... Right, so I know, Sai, you said you only had the one deck here, but do you want to play Pepper first, or do you want something else to go with, or...?
Remote, please.
Oh yeah, that also has to happen.
Give this a go where things aren't horrifically prized.
Sure. I will move over. Or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm moving anyway.
Yeah, I got 1.5 deck, like 1 and like some and half a deck I was in the middle of building but couldn't get done in time.
Right.
I'll probably bring out for a stream building session.
Because how many do I even have off of this at the moment? I think it's 9 at last count because I was just building everything basically. But half of them aren't actually good, let's be honest, but you know. Well,
heads or tails?
Heads.
I think that's a bit harsh on myself, but whatever.
Now I go first.
Mulligan.
Alright, and yeah,
oh
now did you take your mole thing?
Not yet, not yet. I was about to do it.
Yeah. Straightly speaking, meant to do it before stuff gets flipped over, but it doesn't really matter that much, I guess, because you're going first. But if you were going second, you do still have the chance to bench stuff after you draw it. It's just, you know, you've got to draw all the moles at once. So, just for future reference. Anyway, yeah, battle will be legendary for a different reason here. They don't kill each other anymore because they're not weak to dragon like they used to be.
Bank. Laser.
Get that next to it as well.
Attach of fighting. N. Bench Mewtwo. Pass.
Fiery Torch.
It did the thing.
Ultra Ball.
That also did the thing. Sheesh.
The idea is to keep the fires tidy.
Oh, fine. Yeah. You had those in the discard. I was trying to clear the rest of your board up.
Touch Fire Energy and Trubbish. Pass.
Okay, we're up 60.
This is where we need one of those patchouli how-to memes in this for this one, isn't it? The fact of it that Mewtwo could get exploded in one hit by a Muscle Banded Combustion Blast is terrifying.
Sure is. Okay.
That's kind of why the Zard was decent, though.
Computer search discarding 2 Ultra Balls.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is a hand. Search N.
That's the real power play, isn't it? Of searching for a card that's like, I don't even need to show you this, but I'm doing it anyway.
Spoilers. So Muscle Bound the Mewtwo then. Really? These hands of all fucking time. Ultra Ball, discard 2 Colrus.
God, how gross is it that this guy needs 4 energy to do its second attack, though, if you actually did go down that route? It's just, ah. 2 different colors as well, like, really?
Toxic Croak.
Good lord, what is going on?
And Revenge, take KO between turns of poison. Not what he's supposed to be attacking with in this deck, but when I see a KO like that, I'm gonna...
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to do it or not, but it makes sense.
Garb. Ultra Ball, discarding Trubbish and Skyla.
Yep.
Skyla. Fiery Torch.
Okay.
Either for Fiery Torch was that.
Allure of Darkness is a pretty good card, I heard.
As supporter?
Hey, people play Sekka's Light, don't they?
Touch Fire Energy and pass.
Okay.
At least this Druddigon is a chunky boy, right? Like 110 HP is pretty big for this sort of thing.
Now here's where me knowing the deck is actually helping me, because I get to, so I know I don't have to play around Lysander here. Because otherwise, I'll be very scared right now. Muscle Band Lysander, something dies.
Yeah, I mean that's still a worthwhile threat to be considering here.
I might swap out the switches for escape ropes.
Escape rope is pretty good, yeah.
AC on the Mewtwo. And... Forretress of 4.
I don't know what's worse, the self-judge or the fiery torch Skyline.
Yeah.
Draw a straw.
Yeah.
Bench Lando. Witch.
Oh, you are going in. Alright.
1, 2, 3, 4. Plus Muscle Band, 100 damage.
Why do I want to do this? Do I forsake the guaranteed attack chance? I think we have to be greedy here. I don't want to waste a blacksmith right now.
Ian's got myself judge. Galaxy Brain plays.
I think I just need the turn here. Professor's Ladder. And we'll pass.
Okay.
It's a frustrating moment for it for sure, but yeah, needs must.
Retreat. Prism. And Hammerhead putting the 30 on the Healthy Zard.
Touch fire energy and
Thank you for ending that. What the
A certified what is going on moment.
get down our Charizard. Switch. Combustion Blast.
Okay, let's just do a straight 15. Modifying that.
Certainly isn't. Aye, discarding that DC doesn't look so hot now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, like I knew the risk. Like I have forced this big thing in, which is nice. Like it isn't actually. I don't think it's a bad situation for me. I'm just figuring out how best to navigate it because I've got 2 lines here. Yeah, I think I will do the max pot line. Deal the 150. I'm gonna play assuming I don't know if you don't have any Lurander in the list, and I'll just end straight from here.
Yeah, because like it would make sense, wouldn't it, being able to target blast something for 150 or 170 when need be.
Fighting, muscle band, hammerhead on. These guys on the health Zard.
Switch. Retreat. Blacksmith. Combustion blast.
Yep. This. Some energy on the Mewtwo. Hammerhead, put 30 on the energy Zard. I'll take my 2 prize knockout.
Computer search, discarding 2 Pikachu. Blacksmith. Wing attack.
Okay. Let's do some damage before I go in.
Yeah, with muscle band as well, isn't it?
Yep, so I need to reach 120. So I hit for 120 right now. I need to reach 150. So laser gets me there, DC gets me there. So what's the follow-up? Likely pain. Likely.
I mean, that was wing attack used after all, so very much
yeah,
pain.
I'm considering the option of this being. Kill shot. Have a DCE. Venturelando.
I wouldn't discard just yet.
Is that not KO?
I mean, we're not necessarily finished with the turn yet. Like, I know you want to get things moving, but
yeah, I do have other options in this hand. I'm just thinking about how I want to play the next few turns out. Yeah, I'll take the KO. Oh, sorry. Just, like those. I forced you to have something now. Well, you probably do have, to be fair.
Professor Sycamore?
I haven't seen a band yet, so I'm
Oh, for
assuming
fuck's sake. There's 2 DCE in there. You'd think I would hit the band, but not anything I can do with it, so it's game.
Yeah.
GG.
One of them was there.
Ah, I knew one of them was prized,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I
there's
was
still.
maybe a bit conservative with the Sycamore, but I thought I was in an okay position and didn't want to burn my energy because I was a bit unsure about my remaining energy count.
I think the Death Knell was putting the floatstone on like the active Zard first rather than the Garbodor, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like 2 rainbows in deck. I figured I was going to need Landorus at some point. I didn't want to waste all my energy Sycamoring recklessly. Yeah, like this is the World Seniors list. I think 4 max potions a bit much. Just playing through it. Because you can't do that often. It feels like it should be a 2 of at most in the list.
You've still got 2 cards missing.
Oh, yeah, the reset doesn't go that far left.
No, as it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh. Move that one out of the way real quick.
Yeah, these should probably go for something. I didn't have a great attacker into Zards, which was a bit scary, but Mewtwo's gonna Mewtwo.
The Death Knell was, as I said, having both floatstones on the Zards meant that there was no worry about getting one shot by Combustion Blast, was there, in the end? Because it's okay now the 170 is unreachable because even with getting, you know, the energy in play, there's no way of getting banned out. So there was no 170 that you could have done. Or could have had against you at that point, so you were free to just like take the 2-shot war basically.
I had a Drudig in my back pocket as well. That's the other thing I was sitting on. Like, I
Yeah.
was completely fine if it's 100 HP Zard wanted to come kill something, because I just killed it right back.
Right, which is totally fair. But
And the Drudig itself is a bit awkward to answer because it required a combustion blast for only 1 prize.
yeah, I'd still be okay with that trade, but you know, considering what little else you had available, I'd be okay with that trade, but I can understand where there'd be issues with that.
Yeah, this list does not have the energy line to play 4 max potion.
Yeah, it does seem a bit weird.
Like, I'd be dropping these for another rainbow probably. Just because I think with 2 max potion, the energy's a little sus here.
Yeah.
The way you want to use it in this deck, because there's no energy switch either. There's no way of clearing an energy off. You're discarding energy for these max potions. Not much, but you're discarding for it.
This is why we need Scramble Switch in here. Our computer said Scramble Switch is better.
I was
I was
considering
sure
it
for
in
Toxic
this.
Broke, but it never really worked out that game. It was a Mewtwo game.
Yeah.
I was considering Scramble in this.
I could see it, yeah, because if you don't get one shot, then, you know, scramble to the next guy, you get your next Combustion Blast immediately set, and then it's, yeah, I could see it. Yeah, so we saw some of the issues with the torch stuff there as well, because you have 8 fires, and I saw, like, you had 4 fires on one Zard and 4 in the discard midway through, and it's like every torch that you draw from there on is just completely unusable as well. I did see that. That was awkward. It's a weird balancing game, isn't it, to go with the stuff here?
I think we do need one of those.
Yeah. The thing I was umming and ahhing about mentioning you, I knew that me knowing you didn't have Lysander in the list was making my decisions weird. Was because I had these Fire Week bench sitters that I want to just get out of my hand. But not if I did. But if I known you didn't have Gusts, I knew they was pretty safe, and I didn't have to. I could just play him down, feed my Colrus, that kind of thing. But not knowing that, you can't bench these because they get dragged in and killed.
It's interesting, because yes, that's true, but that only happens by Combustion Blast. Wing Attack, even with a Muscle Band, is not enough to KO the EXs. It's 160, that doesn't actually beat them. So yes, that's true, but only if Combustion Blast is actually live anyway, at which point, well, basically everything that isn't exactly Landorus is dying anyway, right? I know Cobalion would have 180, so, you know, yeah, but...
There was a debate in this for one of Blazer.
Yeah, Laser is something that I did see very briefly in a few of these as well.
Laser Bank Combustion Blast sounds really nice. You're hitting the 180 there.
You don't have the room for Laser Bank.
Yeah, it might maybe a bit awkward in this version, yeah. Yeah, you've got to fit the lasers and the Verbank, not just a laser. Like, cute, good,
you need enough tools for the Garbodor to function as well.
Maybe the Garb is just too much as well, then, I don't know. It's a weird deck. I mean, obviously, if you don't have the Garb, though, there's nowhere near enough basics and stuff to get Raichu to do stuff, so it's weird.
These could become float stones, or something which helps your tool count, which means these can become laser banks.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I would start making space. Like, I know Escape Route's cool and all, but your opponent's just going to throw in a sack most of the time, so...
Which, I mean, depending on... that depends on what you're playing against in a way, doesn't it? Because,
yeah. Sometimes the sack is not something you want to sack.
The Switch versus Escape Rope is always an interesting debate, to be honest. I quite like having the rope in, but...
float or Garb, but yeah. Yeah, same idea.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got plenty that you can do with this stuff, because you Escape Rope and you go, yeah, Garbodor floatstone with the floatstone on it. That's your target for it.
Oh
so
no, I mean the drops for cuts.
Oh,
You talk about keeping a tool count up for Garb. Floatstone's a tool for Garb. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know.
The issue is if we get rid of Garb, we don't have basics.
Yeah,
what
it's
other
like...
basics do we consider?
I mean, I think this maybe is why Pyro ended up getting used with Charizard a bit more than this sort of thing.
The best option's probably this guy.
Yeah, Mewtwo definitely isn't a bad option when you're playing the DCE.
Even then, that's 7 basics.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like, Raichu's already kind of sketch in this list, isn't it? Because there's just not enough basics in here, I don't think.
Is your Meltol 170 or 180?
It's 170.
I don't think you need Raichu. I think you just ain't to O-code of Yveltal regardless with Combustion Blast.
So, if I had to guess, the idea behind having Raichu in here is to have a one-prize attacker that is relatively easy to set up, and also... I mean, it didn't have Escape Rope, so I can't really say, oh, you could just switch to... You could switch to Raichu, it's got 0 retreat, you don't need the Floatstone. That's cute. So, like, I guess that would be the sort of bit. I reckon it would probably be better with Pyro, personally, but then Pyro doesn't play well with Garb, so I think you're just shifting more towards the standard sort of bit with that, but I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea.
I don't like Raichu in here now, don't think about it, because there's also not enough basics to fuel Raichu, even with the Garb.
Yeah, it's like 8 basics in here, because Druddigon technically counts as well. It's like, that's about absolute bare minimum to maybe get everything out, but as soon as something starts dropping, then it's away, isn't it?
This list isn't soft enough to Yveltal to justify that, I don't think.
Yeah. Right, I have a lot of stuff that I do want to kind of show, but I think it's probably best to cut this one here and maybe do some practice stuff, obviously, but like video-wise, I think cut it here and maybe do a slightly long, if you've got enough time on the Saturday, maybe do a slightly longer one to show a few more different bits off, because there's plenty of decks to show, but yeah, I need to take a break point anyway, so... Yeah, Litleo is chunky, I really don't know why. But yeah, for those on YouTube stuff, we'll come back in the next video for more of this format, because there's loads more to show yet.